attack with g4. A cool opening idea. Attacking with the g-pawn in all kind of weird positions have become a big trend in recent Grandmaster games. And also with Alpha Zero, people also sending the h-pawn Harry up the board, or the a-pawn keeps going. Anyway, the d4 idea is very interesting, because also it's a little bit like burning your bridges, because when you go d4, you cannot really repair your structure afterwards. So you sort of have to keep your initiative going. We're going to see a great game from the Bundesliga, where Liviu-Dieter Nisipeanu crushes Lauretn Fressinet, their Magnus Carlsen second, with a timely g4 and a quick attack. So let's get into it with this quick, fun game with g4. Liviu starts with d4, and I think Fressinet is not playing so much anymore. He's more like a trainer for and a second and so on. And I think maybe he would have prepared to play the Nimzo Indian, but then he's probably afraid of the Samic or something. And it seems also Nisipeanu has gotten his style together recently. Like, he's become much more dangerous. And win a lot of quick games, by the way, in attacks. This is the old Queen's Gambit, and we still have not decided in the GM Talks repertoire what we're going to do with black here. But I think this would probably be it. The question is here if we're going to castle and play the Lasker variation or the Tartako variation, or we go with this move and probably before h6, so we are able to take back with on f6 with the knight, which is better because the bishop on f6 is a bit clumsy, but the knight is good on f6, and if you have to rearrange, it will cost you a lot of tempi with black. So this is possible. Anyway, this is an interesting move, just taking and of course, black is not playing for a win with this kind of game. And to be honest, it would be a little bit sad if this was a way that black could get to equalize against the Queen's Gambit. They just take everything and then play bishop d7, knight c6, and of course the structure is symmetrical. The only sort of difference is that white is more active, but if you cannot use that for anything, then it's not going to count, and it will probably just be a draw. So white's point here is to play active chess and try to be as active as possible, and he castle here. And also, you sometimes a guy like Mamriar would probably love to castle queenside, but with the c file open, it seems pretty dangerous, and I would not recommend it. So rook d1 makes more sense. The rook is of course good here in many lines, and also it x-rays the queen. So if for instance black was to go this move, which was of course the plan with bishop d7, and maybe he should have played that before he castled, then this move would force this and giving black this structure, which is not a good structure. So white will have an instant and clear advantage in this situation. Anyway, queen c7, c8, so black is basically just preparing this move, ready, have a nice solid structure, and then he will exchange an awful lot of pieces, and it will be a draw. That's the plan of black, and Nisipeanu will have none of that. So here it comes. g4. George is on the rampage, and it's kind of a cool move to just go g4, but it's also a little bit unsettling here. We see that there is a hook here for white to launch the attack onto. I don't think it was preparation. I think it was inspiration, and I don't think it works actually. So, but let's see. Knight c6 makes sense. Okay, we finished development. We are not afraid. d5. Okay, here the big question is: can black get away with trying to refute white's game? because opening the d file is not very tempting, and it goes horribly wrong. And also the king is rather safe here with if you have active rooks and so on. But black took on d4. The question is, what's the critical move here? Is of course knight h7. There is a pin on the bishop, and there's a lot of pieces attacking d5, and you would not like to play something that weakens your position further with white. So the idea must have been this, and it also looks very dangerous. So you're opening for this one, and of course, if black takes back and you get to take, you open the g file for free. Black's just gonna get squeezed, gonna be killed completely in this kind of. So oops, sorry. So he has to take, and of course, king takes does not work. And why doesn't it work? Because of check here and h4. Or whatever, knight e4, rook d1, but maybe take c6, rook d1. I don't know. It cannot be correct to take this one. It's just gonna get so much attack going here. Maybe knight f3 is the easiest, something like this. This looks pretty good, and I don't see any kind of way to deal with this attack. Okay, let's see. So rook d8, queen h5, and this looks extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. There's a lot of things going on here. You cannot just move. For instance, if you go something like this, then you're already dead after this move. So very, very, very dangerous move, and this is a big threat. Bishop d3. But black has a great move here, knight e5. And I don't think, to be honest, I don't think Liviu-Dieter saw this move. Opening for the queen, and of course attacking the bishop, preventing bishop d3. Something like this. The knight comes to the rescue, keeping the bishop here. It still seems rather dangerous because there is a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of pressure with all the pieces, and after something like this, black has to find another great move, because this is simply threatening, and that could be potentially totally killing. Okay, so what then? Or knight f5 maybe even. Queen c7 is a good move, and after this move, black has this great move, threatening mate, and there's no checks and so on, and this is also threatening. So white probably have to play king d2, and it's clear that black is fine in this kind of position. So I think it's a clear advantage for black after queen a2. So there was a reputation, but that was not easy to find. That was really not easy to find this line, and Fressinet didn't find it. He played this move, which also in a strategic sense makes sense to try to exchange some pieces. But here white has got everything he wanted. He's got this rook could come here. We have this rook coming here. We have this knight potentially attacking. This bishop could also go here and attacking here, and this queen is probably coming to a square near the black king soon. So every piece is joining the attack for white, and this is already totally hopeless, actually. But black tries to squirrel a little. Knight e4, knight coming in, and of course the rook are just waiting for joining the attack, and this is already lost. Just going back, and the knight is hanging. White has the bishop pair and a great attack with many open lines, and black's position is in shatters after this move. We could see this move coming soon, or this move coming, and there's no chance that black would ever survive this. It's just not possible. He played e5, and after this move, he resigned. This bishop here, this queen here, this rook here, and so on. It's just dead. Like something like this, a fun move could even be something like maybe this move, just to. But Queen A6 is probably easier anyway. But of course, it's just gonna mate him no matter what. So. Great move, great game by Liviu, and of course a tough beating for Fressinet, who's probably one of the guys that Carlsen was talking about, his seconds that cannot play chess anymore. The other guy was of course Peter Heine, who's now inactive on the rating list. And of course, it's you can feel when you're getting older that it's tough to play. A guy like Fressinet used to be 2700. In this game, he's 2630, and getting totally killed. I think he was a very strong 2700 player, but okay, if you don't play and you meet people like Liviu, then you can get crushed if you're not careful, and he was not careful enough or up to the task when g4 came. By the way, it has a great psychological impact when people play g4. You just go, ooh, they're coming, and you can just feel like something like this, and suddenly you realize, oh, all the pieces are coming from my king. And you start to panic, and of course you start to panic because it's very unpleasant, and of course very dangerous. It's just so difficult to defend this kind of things, and I don't even think there is a defense actually here. So he's winning after 15 moves. He had to find knight h7, otherwise it's just winning. So this d4 stuff is popping up, especially when black has played h6. There's been a lot of g4 in the Queen's Gambit, and it's always leading to fun and interesting games. And I don't like it for black unless I'm very well prepared. And this time, Fressinet was not well prepared. This was GM Talks. Thank you for watching.